What is going on, guys? It's your boys here again, Dean, and
And T2 Soul.
that's right. And we just got back from Georgia, so it's been a long weekend. We got to play
It's
White
been,
Shorts. We got to play some Shadow Ball, and we both did pretty well, actually. So,
and yeah, I did. I mean, pretty well in Weiss Schwartz is debatable, but yeah, did pretty well in Shadowverse for sure.
uh, we both ended 4-3 in Weiss,
Four to
right? Yeah, yeah,
three.
yeah. I was skamazed by my tiebreakers. As soon as I fought my round two opponent, I couldn't top if I went X2. It was kind of
Mm-hmm.
sad. But yeah, Georgia was pretty big. Actually, what was huge, at least for us, is that it was the first time, I think, that Shadowverse matched Weiss Schwartz. I thought that was pretty big.
Mm-hmm.
We both had 129 players, 128, I think. It was like 128, 129 or something like that. It was like
Yeah,
right at the.
yeah,
So, normally it's been like Shadowverse, 80 players, Weiss 160 or something crazy. So,
yeah.
nice to see Shadowverse doing pretty big numbers. And I guess we'll talk about our records a little bit, and then
Oh
we'll go
yeah.
into the matches and talk about the decks that we played. So I guess first we'll talk about the decks because like we both kind
Yeah.
of
It,
basically played the same deck, right?
yeah. Dex is a strong word for what we played. It's more like the deck we played,
The deck we played. So this is my
and
list. His list is a little bit different. The big changes are you're seeing here. I'm on basically 4 of snipes. He's on 3 with a wind blast.
it's kind of
And
like four snipes on your turn.
the other big thing with his deck, his is the first place list on deck standard. The only other thing is that he's on single rhyme wind. I'm on double, and he's on triple demon caller.
Yeah.
Would have helped with the fucking garbage we saw.
Oh, what's your Evo deck look like then?
Evo deck is double penguin, double demon caller, triple merlin, triple curse crafter. It
Oh yeah,
is
that's the exact same.
it is what it is. And if I were to play this again, if you're out there playing this format for the next like I don't know 11 days.
Like next weekend.
Yeah, this weekend it's like right. I personally think you cut concentration and you go to double truths if I had to guess, or you just you just go to 41 cards, put a second truths in. I think you need truths more than any other card in the deck. That's my thoughts. I don't know if you agree with that.
I think when we were playing last week, I wasn't thinking about truths at all, but like you were always doing stuff to the board. In bracket, that there were times where my opponent didn't do anything, and I like recasting truths to draw two from your grave is insane when your opponent doesn't do
uh,
anything because then you like discard two at the end of your
oh,
turn.
I've heard the argument of like Fate's Hand as well, but like either or.
Nah,
Yeah, the truth is better because it can convert to face damage. But yeah, you need
truths is the same card,
uh,
but also other cards.
the tournament was like I think the show of decks in Georgia was like really whack. Like it truly was whack, and I don't know if that says what that says about America.
My
I
big question is like, where was Cool in like top 16? Did Cool? I think there was one Cool in top 16, and that was
uh
like my round seven opponent.
oh I'm sorry, there we go. No, there's two cools in top 16. Two.
Two Cools.
The thing is that one, I think there was a lot less cool than people thought.
Mm-hmm.
Because the thing is, like, Idolmaster is actually popular in Japan. Well, the only reason to buy it here is I want to win an event.
Right.
So I think a lot less people bought into it. I think that part is true. There was Idolmaster around, but I mean, we were seeing cute. We were seeing. I saw a new gen mirror. New gen is sick, but it sucks. Like, so let's be honest.
New
Uh,
Gen Mirror.
yeah. New gen is sick, but it fucking sucks. I don't know if there were passions running around. Some people were on the combo deck, which is a little more fragile. But the
Yeah.
big thing is Abyss and Control Haven. A lot of people want to play that, and that deck, those decks are like they prey on players who are not playing Kuon and are also like it preys on players who are less familiar with the game. Like I'm gonna be honest, I think that like Abyss, if you are playing Kuon, is unlosable. It's like pretty damn close to unlosable. Uh,
for Kuon,
for
right?
for Kuon, I think that
Yeah.
Abyss into Kuon is legitimately like it's close to like an 8-2 matchup. It's like horrendous. Uh, the Control Haven deck is, I think Control. I've thought about it a lot. I think Control Haven into Kuon is like a 2-8 matchup for Kuon, only if they see the Marwyn on 4. If they don't see the Marwyn on 4, I think it instantly shoots to like Turbo Kuon favored. And so like I do feel like these are decks that this was a big event. There were like 7 rounds. But don't forget in this format in Japan, it wasn't 7 rounds. It was like 14 rounds, right? It was like something insane. It was like
Jeez.
2,000 plus. It was like 2,000 man event. And so in a 2,000 man event, like some of like the like a lot of the things that we saw in top 16, I just don't think that they like hold up fully. But they I don't know. I don't know if it's just because we don't have as many players, because I do feel like people were getting gotcha'd. And I feel like
Mm-hmm.
then so a lot of people brought those gotcha decks, and then Cool Abyss is really good into Cool. I'll admit that much. Abyss is pretty good into Cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Gensetsu is uniquely good against it, but I also am not 100% certain if that's true either. Because I wonder if there's something with like Ronko you can do on the Gensetsu turn and then like still win through it. But I didn't really grind that matchup because I decided to put Cool
No.
away. Only because you told me that. Why would I? Dean, you haven't played Chaos Emperor Dragon yet, is what you told me.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, you
yeah.
told me that.
It's gonna get banned next week. You have to play it now.
Yeah, you told me that. So
And here we are.
here we are. Um, yeah, we both did pretty well. I guess we'll do the match by match and then talk
Mm-hmm.
about our experience and what we really thought. I'm gonna switch over here again to the Bushi Navi little thing. I'm gonna talk about mine. I got my little opponents here. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So round one,
Round one.
I've sitting down. I haven't played Kuon a ton up to this point because like my experience when I was like playing it on the sim was it's not the greatest. It was just like kind of a deck I wasn't like super. I don't like playing the best deck in the room because I'm like I just want to be. I want to be Johnny. I want to be on my own little special deck. But I fight Agiri. All right. I'm blind. I don't know if there's a K in there. But yeah, I fight this guy, and he's new to the game, and he's on an Uma TD. And this is where I feel the power of Kuon.
This is a great place to start.
This is a good place to start. He turn one puts down a 1-drop, and then he puts down a 2-drop. And I kid you not, if this guy did not like buff because the second card he put down was like one of these trainers, and it said tap this card, give an Uma follower on your board +2 health.
Like
His
one of
one
the
drop was
neutral cards that aren't even Uma
yeah,
trait.
yeah, it was one of the neutral cards. And if he had buffed this 2-1, my draw for turn 2 going second was snipe. I'm pretty sure I would have been at like 8 health by like turn 5 because I drew a snipe, killed it, and then was still at like 10 health on turn 5. It was like insane. Like, and then I didn't, I concentration. I play the traditional sorcerer. I do all these other things, and I managed to win, but it takes 9 turns against this TD, and so I'm walking away, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, dude, I just
Chaos
took
Emperor
9
Dragon's not that
turns.
good, huh?
Yeah, I was like, Kuon took 9 turns to kill this guy.
Don't worry, he does that to everyone.
Yeah, he does that to everyone. And I was at half health. That was what really shook me. I was at half health. That's what shook me. But yeah, so I took a W in round 1. And I really hope I hope this guy keeps playing.
Right.
Yeah, but that
Well,
I still got a little shook.
yeah.
And yeah, anyway, you want to talk about
I
your
had a
opponent?
similar experience round one. and I'll preface everything I'm about to say with this. I the past event I went to was doubles in Chicago, and I was trying to be like a better player back then. So after every match, I like pulled out a mini notebook and like tried writing down everything I remember from the match, so I'd have like a more accurate replay of my match history. I only really remember vague ideas of each match. And so I can't say like, oh yeah, turn 9 this happened, but I remember round 1, you know, uh, thunderstorm 911 shows up. Oh no, storm chaser alert. This guy pulls up. He's like, "Yeah, this is my first game." I'm like, "Oh, okay. This is a wild place to start."
No, it's a
You
lot of
know,
people.
like
A lot of people come to the free tournament.
right, yeah, it's free tournament, but oh, this is a wild place to start. And so he's normally a Pokemon player. And I hope if he has a locals around, I like more players. That way we get these bigger events and they're more fun. But but he was on Ward Haven, which I was spooked by because last week I was really good at like choking end games against Haven when I like should have a kill, and I'm like, I gotta get rid of this Wilbert. But oh my gosh, thank goodness all the like the 5-5 with aura from set 1, whatever that girl's face is. Thank goodness they were in his hand and he didn't see it off Wilbert. He didn't see that the 5 drop that evolves. I don't think he knows. I don't know. I wasn't trying to like beat up the new players, but he didn't ward his bell ringer late in the game, and I don't even think I D shifted. I think I just like
Just
was
smacked
was
him.
just slinging damage where I could. I don't remember. I just remember, hey, this is my first game. Okay.
Were you shook? Were you shook at the end? Were you like, damn, Kuhan sucks?
I was I was not really because I didn't go down to like 10 health like you did. I was because I got like a witch bolt engrave early enough. Like I witch bolted a card, and then like Wilbert is answered by every Merlin after that, right? And so it wasn't that bad, but it was like, oh geez, I didn't want to see this. I didn't want to see like Wordhaven and Cute because I felt like I was gonna choke against them as
Yeah.
opposed to like Cool. If I saw Cool, I'm like, I played against Cool a little bit. You just open snipe easy.
Yeah. So yeah, we
That,
both
that was
won.
round 1. New player alert. That's how round 1 went, huh?
Yeah, I mean it happens. The only thing I was scared about
Right.
after round one was I was like, oh no, I have to go 6-1 now because I feel like if I go 5-2, it's not good enough now because
Oh yeah, because your opponent's probably gonna go 0-3 drop or something like
yeah,
that.
yeah, because I'm like, well, my opponent was on a literal trial deck. That's not good for your tiebreakers. Like you kind of have to like yeah, you got to buy, but you got the worst buy imaginable. Is kind of the way it
This
works.
this isn't yeah, this is not a buy card buy.
You know, this ain't a buy card. This is really
Mm.
bad tiebreakers. But I'll go back here to my little sheet for a second, and we have yeah, I got Thunder. I also got T Bird. Well, you said didn't you say something like Thunderbird? I got T
No,
Bird.
I got Thunderstorm.
Oh, Thunderstorm. I got T Bird
Thunderstorm.
1096.
Cacao.
And he sits down and he says, I'm playing Connor's deck. And I'm like, okay, well, I know Connor's on combo IMAS. And I myself have playtested it a bit. Wasn't the. I did not like the deck when it goes second. Or first. When it goes first. I didn't like the deck when it goes first. It's like the idea is you play down Anastasia. You like slam down a bunch of 1-drops. And then you buff your board. And it's kind of like the card quality in the early game. Like it's like a deck where you have to like. I feel like Connor's more like is better to talk about this than me, but like your deck has a lot of like 1/1s and just like shit that like searches, but only if you have a full board, and cards that by
Mm.
themselves are not very good. So you have to wait till the turn 5 or 6 to build the big board, and you try to win off of that. You hope the board's unanswerable.
Gotta wait to turn 5 or 6 in the cool meta.
Well, it can do it because it has the 1/1 ward that on Evo bounces a card on your opponent's board. So you have like a lot of defensive tools to help you get there. And then you have
Mm-hmm.
some like pretty messed up profiles. Like if you have 3 IMAS followers, there's this like 4/5 or something that you can
Oh
play
yeah,
for one.
the card for that's not that's only 4/5 in like the after it's buffed by the card. It's
No,
a
no, no,
three
no. It hits
four.
6 health. It hits 6 health. It's a 3/5 then. It's a
The
3/5.
one drop, the one
The
drop.
4 drop. The 4 drop that turns into a full 1 drop. Yeah. It's like a
Uh,
really messed up stat line because it
oh
hits 6
okay okay
health.
not the one drop with ward with that gets ward with necrocharge. What card are we talking
Wait, no,
about?
no. There's a
There's
forest
a four
craft.
drop.
There's a 4 drop in Forest Craft in IMAS that says if you have 3 other IMAS cards on the board, it costs 1 to play instead of 4.
Okay
And
okay.
it has like a really messed up stat line. It has ward, and it's like something, but it's unsearchable in the deck because you have the ice cream cone. A girl, I don't know what her name, Layla or something.
The ice cream's on
The ice cream's on the signature.
the search to girl,
Yeah. She searches too, but the problem is she's 4 drop plus
blonde
1.
hair. Yeah.
She's Advent Blader. She can search a cool and a passion. So the idea is you search like one of the. You either search like you search Anastasia in the bounce back or like Arisu because Arisu can search a 1 drop, so you can search the 1 mana spell to let you draw a card for free. So it's free combo, so your Anastasia can buff your board, and you're supposed to get this huge board out on 5. Like right, but the thing is like if you go first, that means you can't Evo to search to help set up the hand until 5, which means you don't set up the board till 6, which is too slow.
Mm-hmm.
When you put it up on 7 or when you put it up on 5, it's good. So like you have to go second with the deck, Evo on 4, search, then play out. That's the way I felt it kind of goes. And so yeah, same thing, right? It's like I take second from him. He puts up the board. He doesn't even put up the board. He like searches on 5. I put down some cards and he just doesn't play the board on 6. I forget, like he like played down the Kanade like lesson 2 and like some other garbage. And I'm like, well, the board didn't come down. I was gonna be able to clear it, but like it would have took me an extra turn. Instead, I just get to kill him faster.
Right.
So yeah, that was that matchup. And what was yours?
Mine was Marlon Haven.
That's a fucked up matchup, ain't it?
So yeah, it was. I'm like, I look at the leader. I'm like, Havencraft. What's in Havencraft? I forgot about that card because I just got done fighting Wilbert. And we didn't. I didn't play. I haven't played in that card in a long time. But I, he wins the die roll. He says first. I'm like, ooh, that's a bad sign. I mean, I get a word, so this doesn't sound good. And then, like turn 4, like Marwim hits board, like skips his own turn, evolves him. I go, that's that. I look at my hand of spells, and like in this matchup, something I learned later. You if you have Merlin and you can like stack spell chain really quick with like you know searching Trail of Light, uh, playing truths, recasting truths, discarding, a massive hand down. If you can turbo out spell chain, you can. It's possible to win, but it's like difficult. This, I'm like, I look at my hand of like Kuon and 3 spells. I go, this is gonna be rough. And so 3 turns later, I'm dead because like you draw more spells. You go, wow, I can't cast any of this removal because the only guy he has on board is an 8/8 with a war
It's messed
aura.
up, ain't
Yeah,
it?
that was super messed up. So I'm like, well, them's the breaks. Shout outs to IN Joy.
In fact, that guy
I
was in
was
the.
I was telling him I like Marlon hits board turn 4 and he's like, yeah, evolve, and I'm like, brother, I came from Indiana.
Oh, I enjoy
You
got 11th.
and you're coming here. Oh, hey, that's a good player. Like you're coming here with this deck. You're coming here with Morrowind,
Yeah, I
and you're doing this to me. Round 2. I came here from Indiana. 10 hours.
I do think
That was wild.
I'll talk about it more. I do think that it's like it is, yeah, because you said you didn't know what to do. I think that's the I think that's the big thing because when we were playtesting, damn, Ryan knew what to do, and then it's like, oh wow, this matchup ain't even that great, is it?
Oh, I
If like
found
they see
out.
the right parts, like it's not even that great for the Marwin player.
I found out what to do like that day but
in the car ride
like
home.
it was no. I found out like after I got done shuffling my deck after a Merlin search, and I went, oh whoops.
Oh, yeah.
And the car ride home, we talked about it, but yeah, like that too. It is. I'm like, oh no, but that was later, in the day. But yeah, I enjoy. He got that one.
Okay, so
He had it. Hey, I'm going first. Marlon. Hey, that you win. Welcome to Shadowverse.
Chandler's got the 1-1 record. Or you mean Timmy?
Yep.
Whatever, whatever you want to be called. Uh,
Whatever.
Next round, I fight Dusk Zero. We took the W. It was Control Dragon. Like ramp control. It had I see my opener. I'm like, Disdain. Disdain's annoying. I also thought like Disdain into Cool is like, I don't know if anyone's ever played that. Disdain cannot beat Cool. It feels like. So I see
Oh yeah, yeah.
Dragon, and I think okay that no, this guy is on turn one Dragon's Nest. Like, oh, it's Control Dragon. Well, I don't think that deck does anything. I just honestly don't think that deck does anything. And I open the most custom hand ever. I open Penguin, Trail of Light. I forget what the other cards were. I don't even care what the other cards were. I just know that I like Penguin, discard Trail. No, my draw for like turn one was another Penguin. And when I discarded my first Trail, I drew into another Trail. And I at the end of turn 3, I had 7 spells engraved with 2 penguins on board, and his board is just like it's like garbage. It's like
Two
actually
penguins on board.
2 penguins on board, 7 spell chain, and I had snipe to kill the dragon warrior. By the way, dragon warrior, not Draconeer, dragon warrior that hit my penguin to kill it. I had snipe to kill it. I had 7 spell chain on turn 4. So I go traditional sorceress, Shikigami summons with a draw, have double of the thing out. I'm like, bro, I cannot lose this game. This is the most insane hand. So, yeah, but his deck, he's out here playing Dragon Chef, like good cards, like yeah, Dragon Chef.
What's he cooking?
When I saw Dragon Chef, that was his turn 3, right? Was Dragon Chef, and I'm like, okay. Does he play Armor Burst? Like I was honestly, when I saw Dragon Chef, I'm expecting Draconeer, Armor Burst. Because that's the deck I played, right? That was the deck from the sheet.
Yeah.
The super cheesy shit. No,
yeah.
it was
the
just
defense form deck.
it was just like con flags, and there I saw a Knight's Way, and yeah, he was at like 32 health or something, and then I kept trying to like set up double D shift, but then I eventually look at my hand. It's hard. The deck does not set up double D shift easy. That's a fucking turn 12 play.
No, yeah.
But I look at my hand. It's triple Kuon. It's got the D shift. It's got the Merlin. It's got the Truths. And I kill him for 29. So simple as.
Nice. Simple as.
But yeah, that matchup was I was like, what is this? like I have this custom hand, but it's like I don't know, that was a game.
Dragon
But
like, what's he cooking?
Yeah, what's he cooking? But what was your round 3?
My round 3 was what was the Brian from Chicago.
Brian Yerger.
Soazen. How I don't even know how to say his name.
Yerger, I think.
Why Sozen? I don't know, but yeah, he was playing Amata's Forest. And I remember, turn 1 you do Amata's Forest things. You put fairies in the X area. I didn't have like Penguin early. I remember turn 3 I was going second. I put down Demon Caller, Evo, and I've got like 7 damage and stats on board. And then like next turn he puts like 4 damage and stats on his board. And I'm like, man, I'm gonna try and take Amataz to the face races. And so like a couple turns later, it's not going too hot at the face races. So now I'm trading board into like 3/3 fairies, And, oh man, I wish I wrote down more of this game because it was so silly. But the unfortunate thing from his perspective that happened was like the last turn of the game, I had like I had like a traditional sorceress on board and Kuon, and I had like swung Kuon's guy into something, and like it had ward, and he answered it, and so I'm sitting here with like 1 health. He has like 7 health, so I've got traditional sorceress and Kuon on board. That's like not enough damage, and he has the fairy dragon on board with ward. I'm like, man, I can't. I look at my hand. I got penguin, and I got Shinkigami summons, and I've got spell chain for to draw a card off that, but that only draws 1 card. So I've got, let's see, I've got like 9 mana, 8 mana, 9 mana. I remember,
It was 8. I remember
yeah, it
because
was
you had
8.
exactly.
I penguin, draw a drop. It's not Crimson Meteor Storm, evolve penguin, drop draw. It's Crimson Meteor Storm. You win some, you lose some. I got him. I'm the greatest Kuon player. So basically, you don't need D shift. Just face race Amataz. You'll win.
Just face race Amataz. I mean, like that is a thing you can do. The beatdown is real, and the traditional plus like Kuon's kind of messed up. That's pretty strong.
Yeah. And I mean, like, there were a couple games today, like that day. I remember getting, like, putting Demon Caller on board turn 3, going second, and getting, like, 7 damage in the next turn. And that meant, like, I could, like, single Kuon finisher instead of double Kuon finisher. Or, like, I kept Cute's health total down to a minimum. So I don't know. That felt really strong.
Yeah.
But I also, like, didn't have Penguin, so that's what I did.
Uh, I will go back to here. Oh wait, I gotta hit this button here. Bump web content. There we go. Next round, I am against the owner of Strictly Broken TCG. I've never really talked to this guy too much. We talked one time at dinner. Um, smile more. Yeah, I fight him. He is on Abyss, and I see Abyss, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little toxic. I'm a little toxic. I go to use a buy card. 3-0. I don't think Abyss is good.
I
And
don't think this is good either.
not after Grand Showdown. I don't believe in it. Um and yeah, it's like he kills my penguin early, but then I just I'm control it's control Abyss. I don't care. He puts down a bell ringer. I literally don't care about his deck. So that bell ringer's on board until turn 8. I'm not even joking. That bell ringer's on board until turn 8. I didn't give a shit about that bell ringer. It was part of a board lock. It also let me know that he didn't have soul conversion hand, which was important for like how you approach the matchup. So Abyss sucks. You just completely ignore them. You literally just deep draw your deck. You treat it like the Marwyn matchup. You just like get truths as early as possible. Keep casting it. That's all that matters. So I truths up to my hand. I take second as always. Truths up my hand. He plays Olivia on 5, and my hand's like fucking 7 cards. I don't give a shit what he hits. Like I don't care. I got like extras all these. I'm prepared to go forever because I know how this matchup works. So he just draw. He doesn't even draw. He heals 3, gains an Evo Orb. I'm like, okay, there's Gensetsu in hand, whatever. I kill the Olivia. I don't remember what I killed it with. I like the game really didn't matter to me, because it's just like, what does he do with the Gensetsu? He puts down the Gensetsu, Evos, obviously, but he moves up 3 Foxes. Okay, well now he's board locked. This Bell Ringer's been on board since turn 2. I know he doesn't have soul conversion. He just board locked himself. I don't give a shit. I have 20 health. He has a 3-turn clock on me. I literally don't care. So my follow-up to his turn is Merlin, Search Crimson Meteor Storm, Demon Caller, Evo, pass. I'm like, oh yeah, we're gonna have a fun game. This is gonna be good. And yeah, he swings with the Foxes, and then here's another misplay. He swings with the Gensetsu. Okay, well now I can like Crimson Meteor Storm, swing with Shikigami token, kill the Gensetsu, swings 7 with Merlin, because I don't have the mana to Evo the Merlin, because I have Spell Chain 9 when I play the Crimson Meteor Storm. It is what it is. Didn't have a 1 mana spell to play.
Oh yeah.
But it's still worth because it like blows up the board, and I'm still at like 12. And then in my hand, I've got the Kuans, I got the D shifts, I've got like single D shift. It's like a thing where like he has to American Sniper the D shift or he loses. Just in hand alone because I've got like everything else. I've got like two Merlins. I don't remember if I have two Merlins, but I don't even think I need the Merlin because I got the damage in with the Demon Caller, and like a couple other things. So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean that was the matchup. I don't think that that is like Abyss favored at all. As long as you know, like, don't tap your cards, like past, like if they have like an Israfil, if it's like turn 7 onward, they have an Evil Warp, never tap your cards, because the way the Israfil is like really unsafe. You know, like just play around the Gensetsu, know that the Gensetsu's not lethal. Read if they have Soul Conversion. Keep up your hand size so the hand rip is like less impactful. That's really how you approach it. And so yeah, I got to move on. And what was your matchup and who did you play?
I played against Kyle C.
Kyle C.
Kyle C. I remember he played Kuon, and I remember he countered his spell chain with a 20-sided die, and that was really helpful. I appreciate that.
I don't know if that's allowed, just because like Bouchard has bad floor rules. But yeah.
Look, okay, well, if any Bushiroad execs are watching, he really didn't do that. That's what I remember him doing.
He didn't. That's fake.
I didn't see it. I ain't no snitch. I'm out here with, like, 3 graveyards.
Three graveyards.
What are they gonna tell me to do? Consolidate.
I also think that's also like, but yeah, nobody cares.
Like, do you want to count my spell chain? Here, I'll shuffle my grave for you. But I mean, it was a Kuon mirror. I don't remember too much about this game. And I think it was one of those. He got spell chain but not Kuon, and I had Kuon on my hand but not spell chain, and I caught up to him and killed him before he could kill me, kind of thing. I just remember the 20-sided die. And I remember I was thirsty and hungry. So that was my round 4.
Okay, so you managed to beat Kuon in the mirror. There we go.
I did
He's
win.
Here.
I
He's
did
here.
win. I did win. I remember that much. I remember I only lost to Havencraft today. That day. I only lost to Havencraft.
Hey, same.
No, that means Havencraft's probably the best deck.
Kind of the best deck. Well, guess what?
Kind of the best deck.
Next round,
kill me.
I fight Juan Cena, who, let me look real quick at my picture of the top cut. This guy got 13th place with Havencraft. He played Marwyn Turbo with I think it was closer to my list than the one that Kit uploaded. He was on focuses, and I saw focus, and I instantly. I never know what to play around with that, but like he didn't Marwyn until 5. And by the way, this is literally how fucking close this matchup is. I saw Truth's Education on 3. I just drew 2. Saw Merlin. He doesn't turn skip until 5. He's floating 1 for a holy counterattack, I think, but I don't give a shit. The matchup is not you swinging into them, because like sometimes you can pressure them off of them early Marwyn by like if you have double Demon Caller on board plus a second Demon Caller, that's 21. It's kind of fucked up. It's actually that's like 22 because double Demon Caller on the second one. But like it's like right, it's like and they only have 23 health at that point, and so then anything kills them. But in reality, that's like fantasy land where you have Demon Caller on board. They tapped out on 3. They didn't have an answer for it. Like that's asking a lot. But if you have Truths, 20? Yeah, because you have 7 on board, and then you put another 14 on board for the following turn, but the other one gets buffed 1 more, so it'd be 15 plus 7 is 22. Wait,
are we talking turn 5 Marwyn?
No, turn 4 Marwyn, because I've been told that the way that you beat Marwyn is you just like Demon Caller Evo on 3. If they Marwyn turn skip, you second Demon Caller. Right? That's asking a lot. That's asking a lot.
That is
But I saw,
especially for your deck with 2 Demon Caller.
Yeah. My deck with 2 Demon Caller, for some people on 3, it doesn't really matter. I think the card is okay. It's good, and it's like it depends on the matchup. But I see truths, so I have access to truths in grave, and I've already drawn up. And he Marwyn turn skip, so I just go Merlin, search trail, Evo, draw up to a 9-card hand, discard 2, draw, discard, 3 spell chain in that turn. Next turn, Merlin, search, trail, Evo, recast truths, draw up, discard 4, discard 1. I'm at like 10 spell chain. Like I'm on like 12 spell chain or something crazy, and it's like turn 6. Okay, your turn, whatever. I take the 8. And I have Crimson Meteor Storm, and I'm like, do I cast the Crimson Meteor Storm, like, or do I do something else? And I'm like, I have a read. He's playing Dark John. Because I'm like, because the thing is like the play after the way that the Marwyn game is supposed to go is you're going to take a little bit of damage. So you do Marwyn, Evo, pass, and then you follow it up with Jean. Or like you have to follow up with some kind of board wipe, right? But he had killed my cards, and something told me if I didn't Crimson Meteor Storm this Marwyn, because I didn't have access to Demon Caller, I don't think. And I think I had this read because he Deus Ex Machina. He Deus Ex Machina plus Marwyn, held mana, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's what he did. And I'm like, if I Crimson Meteor Storm, I deal with the board, but more importantly, the Marwyn's at 2 health. And if the Marwyn is at 2 health, he can't Dark Jean me. Because I think I was at like 22. It was like a thing where like Lucifer, if he's on the Lucifer thing, which is like super easy to play around, I don't lose. But if he's on Dark Jean, I would lose because Dark Jean's kind of messed up at 6 damage extra.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, yeah, I went for the Crimson Meteor Storm, and then after he's like the Crimson Meteor Storm saved you, and I'm like, yeah, I thought you probably had Dark Jean. Yeah. I'm glad to know that's what did it. So, yeah, so it is winnable. It is winnable. Spoiler alert: it happened in the finals for the weekend too, but you can win that matchup as long as you prioritize the spell chain early, have the thing to like hurt the Marwyn or like deal with the Marwyn, and just try to keep up your health just a little bit out of their kill ranges because the deck doesn't have a lot of out of hand damage. So as long as you know what their thresholds are and how to try to like dance around them, you should be. You're not favored, but like you can win. It's not actually unwinnable because I know for some people they think it is unwinnable.
It's unwinnable. I lost to it twice.
Yeah, unfortunate.
Against the breaks, it's unwinnable. Just quit. I'm coming to the next tournament with Havencraft. You see me, just quit.
What did you
next? Like my opponents online.
So
I played against Black Rimmed Glasses, who was on Cute.
Ooh, you actually saw Cute. Insane.
I saw Cute, but like, I think his hand sucked. I think his hand sucked because I don't remember because I remember when I played Cute, when you were playing Cute, you had the most busted card on board all the time. It was like the 2-drop that says Strike Heal 2. That card it's a 2/3. You can't kill it. Unkillable. You can kill it, but like there's also like 4 other cards on board.
It keeps coming back.
It keeps coming back. There's 4 other cards on board every time. Like this guy didn't like have that early, if he had it at all. He didn't heal a whole lot, which was fantastic. Which means because now I can like, I don't need like infinite Kuans to win. I don't need like 3 Kuans double D shift to win. It was one of those games where like I like had Demon Caller on board, turn 3. He like. Man, what cards were I playing against?
You're playing against some cute piles,
it was
like
cute.
the Uzukis and stuff, right?
There wasn't the backpack kid never hit board. He was playing
cool.
The backpack kid. That's no, this wasn't cool. Trust. He was playing the 7-drop that built the board. No, wait, the backpack kid was my 7th round.
Oh no, he's choking. Bro. He doesn't know. He doesn't know what he fought.
I got freaking Alzheimer's. I remember it was cute. I swear, it
I
was
remember you
cute.
talking about Q. You said the guy just didn't
He
like
he
have
he
good cards.
he didn't have good
Did he
cards.
have the
I
apple?
think the two healing thing like cards he played like the 7-drop lesson heal 3.
Did he have the apple?
But early in the game, I was swinging a Shinigami into a card, and he's like, I guess I got to do this now. He plays the Swordcraft spell that buffs the card and heals.
Oh yeah, angelic maid. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. And
+1,
so that
+3, and
was
heal 3.
I'm like, oh no, it begins. But I like swung Demon Caller into his face like more than once, and so his starting health total was like 12, and he healed up to like 20
Okay.
or above 20. But it didn't get like to like double D shift ranges.
Didn't get to like that
Um,
35, 40 that we were having.
right. That was nasty. Thank goodness.
I like
Thank
how Q
goodness.
was still losing those games half the time.
Was it? I don't remember. Should have wrote it down.
Should have wrote it down, I guess.
But yeah, another win. Kuon's the best deck. You don't even need to know what your opponent's doing. Like I'm doing right now. I can't remember.
Well,
I've got my Alzheimer's. Should have took some memory supplements, but like I didn't need anything.
next round is round 6. I'm feeling pretty good. I'm 5-0. We're doing good. We're just keeping the course. Doing a little bit better than I thought
Stay the
because
course.
well, I'm doing better than I thought because like I said, I actually spun a wheel to choose my deck. I had Cool and Kuon and I spun the wheel. It said play
I
Kuon.
remember.
Yeah, it
Well, you
said
kept tapping on the spin button.
I spun it
So
twice and it
did
said
you
Kuon
really
twice. It spun Kuon twice. I had one free respin. You know that's how it is.
one? Really?
Well, I don't know. I just made that up, and then I spun again. It said Kuon twice, and I said, "Truly, this is the wheel would not let me down," which is good because my matchups were like, "Fuck, dude, I don't know if Cool's gonna beat the Cook Dragon Turbo."
I can't tell. It beat a different Cook Dragon Turbo,
But
like
yeah,
at locals.
I meet
But yeah,
oh man, I feel so bad. If guys, if we talk at tournaments, or if we talk sometimes, no, it might take me like 2 times to remember you. Uh, I feel bad. Brian M. He ended up getting first place. Congratulations on that with Kuon, but he didn't get first place in Swiss. That's right. Oh baby, I fight him. I take second because we had the little discussion at the end of that gameplay video that I did, where hey, do you go first? Do you go second? And I say the extra card helps. I think the extra card helps, and that Kuon is like kind of a generally like slower deck, and the Evil Orbs kind of like bring you back in line.
mm-hmm.
And that's kind of like what happened. It really does depend on the hand quality. Like if your opponent goes first and they have the turbo nuts, it doesn't matter that you went first, that you went second. Like you just lose. But I think it's just easier to have the good hands going second. That was my thought. I take second. I'm like, and then I ask him, I'm like, hey, if you had won the die roll, what would you have taken? And he said first. I'm like, well, why do we roll? Well, I saw the good hand. He saw the bad hand. I got the spell chain. Boom, boom, boom. And there was a turn. He had 4 mana up. And I was like, I was looking at my hand and I'm like, I kill him if he doesn't have double Rhyme Wind. So I really hope he like just uses a little bit more mana. Because I don't know what he's got. And then he puts down a penguin. I'm like, okay, well, we got this. I got like triple Kuon D shift. I have the nuts. He's not even at 10 spell chain. He's not even at 10 spell chain. I'm at triple Kuon D shift turn. So
Man, what a loser.
yeah, well, yeah, he got it.
Man,
He
what
got it after.
no,
What a Chad. But I guess we had met in Japan in 2018, that was a while ago. But
6 years ago.
Brian, I'll let you know. I'll remember you in the future. I look forward to talking to you again. But yeah, who was your opponent and what did they play?
I fought against Sam, the Kuon player.
Sam the Kuon?
And I sit down across from him and he says, "You sound familiar." I'm like, "Oh." He's like, "Oh yeah, I've tuned into the podcast before." I'm like, so shout out to Sam. I hope to see you in the comment section. but it was one of those cases where he's stacking spells. What was it? Was it he was stacking spells or I was stacking spells? And
You said he
no,
was
no, no.
stacking and you didn't. You had the coup on.
He was stacking and I had Kuon. You can't have both. It's a classic parable of people that have strawberries and blueberries, but they don't want to work together and combine the two. So instead of sharing my Kuons with him, I just built up my own spell chain while he deep drawed his deck and didn't see it. And so one of those games, Kuon mirror moment. Who wins? There's two races you got to win. You got to win the graveyard race and the hand sculpting race. And
Sometimes,
I guess I won both of them. He won the spell chain race like real quick,
but
but
the hand just wasn't there. Yeah.
no, the hand's not there.
Yeah, so sometimes that does happen. It is. I still no. After this weekend, Kuon's broken, but
Oh yeah, Kuon's broken.
Kuon's broke. Kuon was the best deck. It's not even close.
Yeah. And I don't know. I heard someone say something about like Kuon's consistency. I don't think. I think Kuon's consistency only comes into question in like the Havencraft matchup and like the Kuon mirror.
Well, the problem with the
It's that
Havencraft,
deck's pretty crazy.
the
But yeah, Havencraft's just like, did I lose yet?
well, some of
No.
these
Okay, so I
decks,
win.
yeah, some of these decks require you to see cards that like. It's why I think you need double truths. Like even if you go to 41 cards, I think you just need double truths because that is the card that wins
Yeah.
you like these like really like these the decks that I don't like Abyss. It wins you the Abyss matchup. It wins you the Haven matchup, and it can randomly give you extra reach as well. So sometimes it wins you the Kuan matchup. Like if you had a second truth, sometimes the matchups are a lot easier. So I think that's the best of the 3-drops like slots. It's better than Witch Bolt even. Witch Bolt I want to double Witch Bolt for the aggro matchups, but the more if we're in the control heavy matchup meta, like double truths is definitely bigger. That's the only thing. The only thing is like, did you see truths or did you have access to truths in some way like early? But other than that, it's like if you're against the normal deck, yeah, the deck is like it's good enough. Like you've got a lot of like pressure. I think Amataz is messed up. It's a pretty bad matchup, but other than that, yeah, your deck is consistent, strong. Yeah, another W for the boys.
No, another W. I just keep winning. I can't stop.
And my next round opponent is Jason from Hawaii. He said he didn't even have a locals
Hawaii
to go to.
Wait,
yet.
He's round 7.
Yeah, round
on
7.
The XO table.
We were the only 2 6-0s, and I said, "Do you want a double loss?" And he said, "Yeah."
He doesn't play. Wait, he doesn't have a locals.
Yeah,
How
he
does
doesn't
he play.
Well,
does he play? Does he play?
I don't even know. No, he said
or is he just like
he knew
good.
He was a good player. He was a good player. He was on Abyss, Control Abyss, but he was the first person that when he was playing Control Abyss made me go, "Oh, he seems to he was the one of the few Control Abyss players I thought was like actually like good." So I think he had like Ronco or something, but he didn't play it against me, so that's not like what happened. But the big things that like I noticed was he played a couple more Necrocharge cards, like Ronco as well, like right, and then I think I saw like an Israfil, but I never tapped cards, so like I played around the Israfil that way, and I mean like honestly I kind of wish that we had double lost each other. I think that would have been really funny. It would have like destroyed the 5-2s. Like the tournament would have been way different if we had double lost each other. Because as I said, we're both 5-0, we're both 6-0. We top regardless. Do you want a double loss? Right?
Let's ruin someone's day.
Well, no. It's like
but you make someone else's day.
Yeah. You make someone else's day, right? Like the 5-2s. It's all luck of the draw there. But like, right, it's like more of like we get put in just random parts of the bracket. We don't even have to play the game out, right? It's like it's kind of like a let's chill,
right?
But I decide, so I don't know. We didn't commit to it. We ended up playing it out, and when he Gensetsu, he put down the early bell ringer. Same thing, ignored it. But then when he played out the Gensetsu, less wards. He didn't board lock himself.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, okay, that's well, now I can't tap cards. Like, right, I can't set up, I can't really do a whole lot. It is what it is. I
Mm.
killed the Gensetsu, and then he's like, oh yeah, if you hadn't killed the Gensetsu, I had Azazel Eva. And I was like, oh damn, this guy was like setting up like actual good lines. Um
Mm.
yeah, and then it's like, but because I didn't tap cards, just like the Israfil didn't come down, the Azazel was never lethal because I killed the Gensetsu. With like a curse crafter plus a snipe or something like that, I think is what it was. And then I dropped down the Kuons, I dropped down the D shift, and I cleaned it up. But after talking to him a lot, it's like he didn't really have a locals, but he was good. He was good. And then we had our top 16 cut, and I'll talk more about that. I really feel
Yeah.
bad for him. He also immediately lost to top 16. It feels so bad. He was on
Maybe he was
fire
playing a
that
good
day.
deck.
No, his he had I think he had some cards in there that like really made the Abyss deck a lot better. I think Azazel was like a necessary, but
Like Azazel and Ronco.
uh, I don't know about Ronco 100%. I like that's something.
Ronco is a better option to get Israfil engraved than like
It's pretty
what are
good.
like wings.
Well, it lets you find the Death's Breath too. So like it doesn't just like
Yeah.
that's the other thing. It gives you a selective draw, which is pretty big.
Right.
But I'm not 100% like the Azazel. Yeah, it's like getting to spell chain in time for Azazel post Gensetsu was the big thing. And it's like if you do that, that's what really where I was impressed by. I was also impressed by like a lot of the Gensetsu players I see. They just like board lock themselves, and then I'm like, I'm on a 3-turn clock now. Like I don't care as long as I can read. You don't have soul conversion.
Mm-hmm.
Depends on the play,
Right.
but yeah. So what was your? So I ended 7-0, first place, first seed. I mean,
Mistake.
it was yeah. What a mistake on my end.
What a buffoon.
But yeah,
You
what
gotta
was
get
your
your losses out of
round?
the way early. So I played against Daniel, and he was playing cool IMAS, but Daniel's also an excellent picture of Grace because before the match, I see he has the leader card out from the cool TD, and I'm like, oh, so you're playing Swordcraft, and he goes, no, I'm playing Idolmaster, and I go, what's that? And he goes, and this is where I felt bad about asking that because he's like, well, it's like like the music, and it's like this crossover set, and you play all the cards from any class in this, and I'm like, and I'm like, the music, are they like Love Live? And and so then during the game, he's like playing a card, and I'm like, oh yeah, this is the card that like, yeah, this is the card with war that like searches to, right, or not with war. I'm like, oh yeah, this card searches to on Evo, and oh yeah, this card deals 5 face, right? Oh yeah, 5 face, by the way, boop 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 boop. And so, but he's the perfect picture of Grace because after I won, he stands up, and then I start to stand up, and a judge, you know puts me at gunpoint, says, "Sit back down.
Oh yeah, because the
Are you
X1.
X2? Sit back down. You can't go anywhere." Oh, he wasn't like that, but and so I'm like, "Oh, okay." And he's like, "Hey, do you know where the guy across from me went?" I'm like, "No, he left like 2 minutes ago."
Oh.
But they eventually found him. But when he came back, he had a bag, and he's like, "Hey, do you want a little bit of a mashed up pumpkin cookie?" And I said, "Yes, please." So
Ooh.
he is, I played the idiot card. Oh, I don't know what Idolmaster is, because I thought it'd be funny,
And then he gave you a
and
cookie.
then he still shared his wife's pumpkin cookies with me. He's thank you very much. It probably won me a game in top,
That's right. Which we
but
did get to top 16.
but yeah,
Top
but yeah,
16.
but the cool game. What concerned me is he said going first, and then he said turn one pass, and I said, oh no, yikes.
Well, if it's cute,
And
right? Yeah.
He was playing cool. He
No,
was
I'm
playing
saying, but
cool
if it's
though.
cute, like, right? If you don't know if it's cool yet,
Yeah.
Q can do that and win.
I think we had some banter at the start of the game that implied it was cool.
Understandable.
And usually, so I haven't seen. I've only played against Idolmaster twice in like tournaments, but I haven't seen anyone actually poker face the wrong leader. If I was playing cool, I would have Mio Honda.
I have
Actually,
Mio regardless of the deck. Mio's just the only good
have
one.
Mio Honda regardless of the deck because she has the walking meme.
And she got the walking meme,
She's
the
got the
Honda
walking
step.
meme, and like yeah, the Honda step. And it's like Honda. I could sit down across my opponent. I'm like, I'm playing the Honda deck. It's like Master Duel. You got your Honda Civic off to the side, and but it was one of those like you know poker. I'm pretty sure he's playing cool. He doesn't put a card down turn one. He puts me a Honda down Storm turn two, and he gets like
Mm,
damage in. I do like
the easiest card to kill.
yeah, I do like Penguin, Ditch, Evo trade,
That's the good play. That's the good
and
play.
and then later he like I remember his like turns were really weak. Like when he put down like the Advent Blader, the ice cream girl. He searched the Rin Honda combo,
Oh, he was
and
playing that version. That version.
yeah, and that turn felt really weak because then I did something like instead of truth draw cards, I think I did like truth three face like swing with cards. I did something like hyper aggressive instead of spell chainy, and then like I don't know, like at that point, like if their health total like dips below yours, you might not even need D shift. And he didn't have when he showed me his hand at the end again, this is the one he had like the backpack chick and like a stinker. He didn't see like the 5-drop board builder if he had it. He didn't see the 7-drop board builder if he had it. I don't, and so it's like
If he
he opened pretty bad.
no,
Um,
you know what's crazy? I've heard some people that they don't. I don't know. I don't know. I think some people are cooking a little too much. Like maybe. But
well,
I see some people.
tell you what his wife was cooking. Those are
Yeah.
some cookies.
Those. Some people have actually been cutting the 5-drop and 7-drop. I think that's wrong, but that's me.
He got X1
Yeah.
and then finished 5-2, and he was in top 16.
Was he? Which one was he?
Yeah. Daniel
Oh, Daniel
Daniel
T.
Daniel T. He was
Yeah.
12th.
Okay. Nice, nice. We're seeing a lot of people in these
Yeah,
last rounds that are getting that
only
top
playing
cut.
against only playing against good players.
Only play and Umatidi. Uh,
No, late. I'm talking late. I'm
yeah,
talking late. Good
talking
players.
late, talking late. Yeah,
We both played against. This is my first game, people.
yeah. No, you gotta get gotta have the scary games get out of the way first, and then after that. So yeah, we both top 16. Actually, we both top 8'd. We were I was first, you were 8th. Pretty good
Well,
spot.
yeah. If it cut the top 8, we both made it.
But we were exactly at the cutoff for top 16, so we top 16, which means 2
Yep.
rounds of double elimination.
Or
I fucking,
single elimination.
yeah, sorry, 2 rounds of single elimination, and my curse continued.
He is the curse crafter.
I fight
truly.
against the Blue Roo, and I'm looking around the room to see what the fuck he was, but he was over like another table. He was like 2 tables down, so I didn't get to see like what he was playing or anything.
Right.
And I don't know. It's like a little small rant. Since last year, this was my 11th top cut tournament. 11, which means that is a consistency. Out of like 15 events, I've top cutted 11 of them. I'm very consistent in my tournament performance, maintaining around a 75+% win rate. And God forbid that I can maintain a 10% win rate in Top Cut because I am now I lose this game, which puts me at 1-10, 10 losses to 1 win in Top Cuts. which is unfucking believable. But I shuffle up and I'm like, okay, we're 1-9. The Zen, surely good things will happen. Good things will happen. And I see Haven, and I see the Haven leader, and I say, that's fucked up. That's fucked up, bro. This is fucked up. Cause like right, he's 16th place. And I'm like, dude, the fucking bottom seed is always so powerful. He had to be so fucking lucky to have those tiebreakers to be 16th place. It's
exactly.
over. It's over. It's over. It's over.
15th place. You couldn't be 15th. You had to be 16th.
Yeah, you had to be 16th. And so I'm like, oh my god. Okay, well, whatever. I beat a Marwin already. I know what needs to be done. And I open my hand, and my hand looks... I've asked a lot of people. I think my hand is insane. I still, to this day, think this hand was worth keeping. And if I could do it over again, I think I'd still keep it. My hand is double. First, I win the die roll, and I've thought about this a lot. I don't think it matters if you take first or second, but I think Marwin Evo on 4 isn't any easier for you at any point of the game, depending on first or second. The only thing is Abyss has an easier time because they get to Yuzuki it. Other than that, you fucking doesn't matter. Like Runecraft doesn't get easier to out the Marwin. The only thing is you could have the double Demon Collar board, but that's not realistic for my deck. So I take second, winning the die roll. Is my choice. And my opener is double Insight Surefire Witch Bolt. Okay, well, Haven, they got the Karula shit. They got the beatdown garbage. These couple clear cards are fine. They're fine in the matchup, and they're also discards, easy discards for like Penguin or Shikigami, anything that I get. I got 2 insights. Insight, it's broken. It's like half of the mulligan. I keep it. I've been told you're not supposed to keep that. I'm not sure. The fucking cards after were like Rhyme Winds, Kuon, D-Shift, double snipe. It was like... honestly, the cards after were all good as well. The problem was the thing across from me. Because he like Gravity Grapplers on 3, which instantly tells me he's on Lucifer. Because Gravity Grappler is not a good card. Gravity Grappler is not a good card, but Kit was on it, and I know that like I instantly know it was Kit's top 32 list, or like something very
was on it.
Or I know that it's like a very close, like it's on that shell, and it tells me a lot. It tells me his top end. It tells me that I need to play around Lucifer, and that's like what I sniff out immediately. But I surefire the Gravity Grappler. It doesn't get a draw. It's never gonna get a draw unless it's on 5+. It's not gonna get a draw. And then like my hand is like, what the fuck was my hand? It was like Curse Crafter. I forget what I even did on 3. I don't even remember if I played cards on 3 because my hand was. I remember he Marwin Evo. My hand is Curse Crafter, Kuon, D-Shift, Snipe, Rhymewind. And I'm like looking at my turn 4. I'm like, is this Curse Crafter pass? Like, is this fucking literally the play? It's the only playable I have, so sure. I put it down, and then I stick 5 damage by evoing the Curse Crafter, then passing floating 4. Because I drew like another fucking unplayable. I think it was like a snipe or something. And then he hits me for 8, and then he plays down the IMAS girl that banishes. Like I don't know her name, Kanade. And I'm
the 5-drop 3/5.
Yeah, the 5-drop 3/5, and
he's on one of that. I think
I look at my hand, and I'm like, I'm looking at it, and I don't have the spell chain to do this plus like another card, but I'm like, and the only reason I didn't do this is because then my hand was left with like cards I need for my top end. It's like my hand quality diminishes significantly if I do this. Well, sorry, my ability to discard diminishes completely if I do this. I'm like, do I double snipe Rhymewind this card? Because I have like double snipe Rhymewind in hand, and I've got this Kanade on board. I can't kill it. That's the fucked up thing. It's a 3/5. I can't kill this card. But I'm like, do I just get 3 spell chain at the cost of literally not having a hand? I don't think this would have won me the game. I think it would have elongated the game by like a turn. And I'm like, no, I'll just rhyme wind it, whatever. Which led to some other things where I couldn't play the Kuon, but I don't think I don't think that's what lost me the game. I think other things. I think not having access to early spell chain to get enough spell chain is what lost me the game.
Mm-hmm.
But then I draw Merlin on turn 6, and this Marwin's still on the board, and I can't kill it. Somehow a Demon Caller entered my hand. It might have been on, like... I don't remember when the Demon Caller came. I think the Demon Caller was my draw on turn 5, and then I didn't play it down because it was going back into his turn. If I Demon Caller Evo, then he just yawns, and then I lose. Because, like, I have no other playables. I think that's what my thought was. So that's why I floated the 4 to have the removal. For, like, whatever else he plays. Because I assume he's going to Jean Evo, right? And it's like, I want to be able to deal with the Jean Evo. Or at least, like, soften it up to make it easier. I think that's what the thought was. I'm sorry. I've thought about this game a lot, so that's why I'm, like, talking about it for so long. So, yeah, I snuffed out the Lucifer. I knew that he probably had that. So then I Merlin, Search, Concentration, Concentration, Pass to live with 7 health after the Marwin hit. But that was just kicking the can down the road. I couldn't kill the Marwin. The Marwin killed me like 2 turns later. I couldn't fucking kill it.
That's the best card.
It was unoutable. I couldn't play the Kuon. I didn't have the deep draw cards. I didn't have the consistency cards. And then we lost. We lost again. And but what happened to you?
16th. Don't tell me you got first. Yeah, right.
Yeah, first place in Swiss, though. You know that's what the deck profile will say. I'm not actually up on the deck profile, but
yeah. Well, I played against Duality or Dawn. He was on Kuon. We were talking before the match because we were sat next to each other. And he's like, your list looks like mine. I'm like, yeah, what's the difference? And we looked for the difference, and it was like 2 cards. Like every Kuon list that doesn't play Heimlin, it's like a 2-card difference. If you're not, if you like, there's like 3 Kuon lists. There's the ones that, look the same. There's the one that plays Sorcery Cash, and then there's the ones on Heimlin. And so we were the first one. It was like a 2-card difference. Like, oh, you play 1 less Demon Caller and 1 extra X or something. So it's practically the mirror. And he like, dang, I wish I started pulling out my notebook during top 8. Or top 16. I was just glad to be there. I was just glad to be there. But he I remember I played more of the ward chick than he did.
Traditional sorcerer.
Yeah, and he was struggling to find Kuons, but like late in the game, he said, I'm just like I'm looking at my hand, I'm looking at my spell chain, I'm like, oh yeah, this guy's dead. And then he goes, oh yeah, it was one of those games. Turn 3, Demon Caller, Evo, and then next turn I hit him for 7.
Oh, it was one of those. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it was one of those.
Get him softened up a bit.
Oh man, what?
Get him softened up a bit.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, oh, okay, now I need less Kuons later, because single Kuon D shift's like 13, and so that puts him right in that range. And so he like healed out of it like a couple times, and then I hit him with like another Shinkigami summon for direct, right?
Yeah.
And then he's shattered on like 13 all games, so I only needed like 1 Kuon. And he's like I remember his last turn, he's like, I'm just gonna YOLO it and see what we got. And he like double Kuon did something. Was that the game I like? No. He brought me down. He brought me down after some stuff happened. I was at 4 health. After he the first turn you attack with the 4 attack guy, and then you play D shift. And then next turn he like attacked with his guys. I'm at 4 health, and his draw for turn, he looks at it. He's like, raw play Trail of Light. And then he draws a card. He goes, raw play Trail of Light. I'm like, oh, and I'm thinking, I'm like, he's got nothing. That's unfortunate because I'm at 4 health. Everything Kuon can do from here does 3 damage. Because like Truth does 3 damage. The 7-drop Crimson Meteor Storm does 3 damage. Like you can't do 4 damage from there. So it was over, and so I did, you know, like double Kuan, banish 10 spells, shake hands.
Nice, nice. Which
Yeah, and
means
so which means oh, we got it.
we did it. He did it.
Top eight.
Which was actually
Yep.
huge. It was huge because this was not only in this is your first top 8 in Weiss and Shadowverse. Weiss or Shadowverse,
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
This is
you had one top 8 in teams, I think.
this is the I had a
Second top
top 8
8.
in teams, but that's teams. You don't get a
What is it?
map for that. That's not real. They don't put the top 8 teams list
So
online.
this is
Granted,
Chandler's they
they don't put
story
the top
begins
8
here.
teams list. This is me. I'm a real player.
Hell
I can
yeah,
almost remember the games I played
almost.
yesterday.
um,
Yeah, and then oh man, next round,
I
you know who I play against?
yeah, I was so sad
Blue
because
Roo.
I saw you walking towards us, and I thought, "Damn, he lost." Because I didn't know what happened. I saw you like shaking a little bit. I could tell you the nerves were getting on you on that top 16 match. I'm assuming. No, it's just like I could tell. Like it's like hard to tell. Like it's like we're pretty far away because you're in the
Mm-hmm.
middle, and I just see like I'm like, ooh, what's happening over there? And then you get up and you start walking towards us, and I'm like, oh fuck, did he lose? Is it over? And then you sit down across from that Marwin player. I'm like, fuck, dude, I didn't talk to him about this matchup. Like this is messed up. I think he's gonna get knowledge checked. I hope he doesn't get knowledge checked. Because I think it's like an awful matchup, but I also think it's like it's doable if you approach it right, right? Like if those stars align and you approach it right, it's like very doable.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, so like how'd that go?
But
How'd that go?
yeah, so what really happened is he didn't marrow him on 4, so therefore I should have won. But it's been I've got I'm
It's been
running
8
on the
rounds.
fumes of the pumpkin cookie. I've got a I haven't been drinking enough water, so my throat's starting to go and so I just start choking all game. I'm like and so I choked super hard. Um, this is where this is the game I learned what you should do in the Marwin matchup, because I have like he did some like turn 3 Karula and then turn 4 Evo. I don't know. He played Karula. He didn't have Marwin till like late,
Yeah,
so it's like whatever. He like had to he evoed Marwin later with mana, so whatever turn that is, like 8,
7 to 8, depending on if he has Evil
7,
Orb.
7 to 8, and I'm like not running very quick. I'm my spell chain isn't that quick, but I remember he like there was a turn where like he did nothing, and I looked at my mana and I'm like, oh man, I can play Merlin, Evo Merlin. It's probably turn 6 then, so I can play Merlin, Evo Merlin, and play Truths out of my grave. And I have one left over, and I've got a lamplet in my hand, and so I can like search an insight and float one for either lamplet or insight, and then like the moment I shuffled my deck, I'm like, dang, my hand size is 7. I'm an idiot. It should have been Trail of Light.
Get that spell chain.
What a buffoon. Um, yeah, like so I like this. Oh man, I discarded 2 cards. I'm like, I could have searched Trail of Light. Like I would have been spell chaining. That's an extra draw, like extra reach for that last Kuan I
What
needed,
did you have, Evil Orb?
or something. I had like one Evo Orb.
It should have been
Yeah.
5 then, right? It was probably 5 if you were doing
No,
that.
no, it was turn 6 because I
Um,
thought, I don't need it yet. And
yeah.
he like passed turn floating like 6,
Oh yeah.
like with nothing or something. I'm like, this is my nothing burger turn. It's time to punish this loser. And then I like went across the table.
Yeah, because if you had like
And then, oh yeah,
Shikigami summons, that would have made that even better, right? Like I think you'd always Merlin Evo with Orb after grabbing Trail to Shikigami summons as well to like go
I
super
could.
fucking ham.
I'm pretty sure I like discarded Shinkigami summons at the end of the turn, so probably.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. So
it is.
if it drew a card, I don't remember everything. I should have had Spell Chain 7 or a Myoto Chain, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
But yeah, then the Morrowind, like, Karula's stuff starts happening. Like, I answer Karula or something. Then Morrowind drops, like a turn later, and I go, oh shoot, it's him. I thought
Yeah.
this was just Float Haven. The
No, they always play Morrowind.
and well, I didn't play. This is like my third time playing against Havencraft playing Morrowind. And so I'm like pretty out of my element here, and he throws down like a second Morrowind Evo after the first. I'm like, oh man, I've got like 7 health left. I have to answer 2 Morrowinds or something, and I had like a Kuon in hand
Were they
with
both warded?
15 chain. No, only one was warded,
Oh,
and
then
I had
yeah.
like 7 health. So it was like super screwed up. I had to like
No.
answer like a Karula, and like 2 Morrowind cards, and I like
Or kill him.
start throwing cards around on my board, and I'm like not throwing the Kuon down in my hand. I should have like thrown it down, like attacked it into the tapped one, and I don't know, pulled some magic ward, traditional sorceress stuff to like force him to have something. I know a buddy of ours was watching the match, and in the car ride home, he's like, "Yeah, you could have done something to set up, like a way to win after that." And I'm like, "Man, I don't know what it was." And I like needed water, and you know what? It's time. I'm gonna pull out the Johns. I'm pulling out the Johns. I was trying to.
I think it's Dean's fault.
I was gonna show up. I think it is Dean's fault. I was gonna show up. I was gonna go 4-3. I was gonna go 4-3. I'm like, man,
But you're too good.
life's hard. Last time I was at one of these, I came in with, it's like 3 formats ago in a Abyss pile, and I did okay, but I felt helpless in certain spots to like Chimera Runecraft, specifically, like was the last round a while back, and but I'm like, man, think about this game. I go to my locals, and like these freaking players, I'm like, I bring a freaking stinky deck and I lose, and I'm like, man, I'm just not very good at this game. So I'm just coming here. I'm not writing nothing down. I'm just gonna go 4-3. Them's the breaks. And now I'm in top 8. I still haven't written anything down. I'm like, oh man, and I'm like, I was just gonna have fun today. I'm not trying too hard. I swear, I was trying it like in top 8, but like I wasn't like on Adderall or anything. And but the real reason it's Dean's fault was he booked the hotel for 4 of us. 4 of us carpooled over down there. He booked the hotel. He booked the hotel room for the handicapped and the
No,
hearing
I didn't. I
impaired.
did not. I did
You
not.
did.
They gave me that.
And this guy's like, I didn't do this, and they has like one bed, and and and
I forget
the
about that part.
the guy from the military sleeps on the floor, whatever. But our other buddy is like playing like
No,
RuneScape,
Brighter Shores.
or
Brighter
and
Shores. It's
going,
worse than RuneScape.
it's 1 a.m. on Friday night. We're playing White Shorts in the morning. He's going ting ting ting.
That was pretty rough.
That was really funny. I remember we were cracking up. And after he turned the volume down, I was like still trying not to laugh. But that was
So
why
you're sleep
that's
deprived.
why I went 4-3 in Weiss, and why I lost to Riaz. If I got my rest, that would have been different.
That wasn't even the Shadowverse day. The Shadowverse day was
Shadowverse day, I'm
Shadowverse
sleeping
day.
on
You're
the floor.
John.
I
You're
sleep on the
actual
floor.
out.
I wake up in the middle of the night, and I go, "Oh my back."
Your
Oh,
actual
man.
your actual out on the Shadowverse day was that for some reason you didn't remember the like 8 times I slammed Marwin into you.
Yeah, that too.
I played a lot of
No,
Floathaven and you.
that's because you booked the hotel room, and I went, "Oh my back!"
Yeah, the hotel room,
And
sure. Yeah, the
because your
hotel room's the
brain is
problem.
connected to the rest of your back, I didn't do any kettlebell exercises in the morning
Yeah.
to stabilize my
These are
lower
your
back,
jaws.
and so I forgot all of the Morrowind games I've ever played. Why are you laughing? Do you not believe
I
me?
like your Johns. They're very elaborate. They're like I lost the day before because of this, and that's why
I
I
lost
didn't know what to
starting
do in top
Friday
eight.
because of RuneScape 4 and the handicap room. You're
The
in the
handicap room was
special
funny. You had a
room.
button that like triggered the fire
Yeah,
alarm,
yeah. And you
like on
press
the
the button for
outside.
5 seconds. It was just a loud
It
doorbell
was a very loud doorbell. It was really
because
funny.
we were leaving Sunday, morning, and I was grabbing the last thing, and some, one of us was also being slow, and Dean was pressing it,
Yeah, I
and
had to know.
we're
Did it
like,
flash?
don't press it. It's gonna tell the front desk. We're gonna have to tell them no, we're not handicapped, which is a lie.
We're Shadowverse players. It's over.
Shout out first players. So that was wild. So yeah, that's why I ultimately didn't get at least top four.
But
And them's the breaks. But yeah, the Blue Ruger, you beat
the
me fair and square. If
the
you want
Blue
to
Room
believe that.
ended up getting second place. So
What?
congratulations.
Yeah, I lost to second place. So
Yeah. He got second place. Losing once again to
Kuan got
Brian
first.
M.
So
Yeah, Brian M. got first.
yeah.
Congratulations to both.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, I fucking don't think I'm gonna see anyone at Worlds. I can't fucking win a top 8 game. I can't. I am so defeated. I might be in Philadelphia. It was on the schedule, but I need a posse to come with me. So it depends on the locals if I show up or not. Um,
Yeah, we'll see.
we'll
I
see.
mean,
We'll see.
I require
He's
a Philly
hopeful.
cheesesteak. Me?
Timmy is hopeful because he has he just top baited, so like maybe he's looking to continue his career and
I'm
actually
like,
win next time. I am defeated and
if I
just
pull
admit,
out my notebook once to pretend I'm like trying to be a good player, I'm gonna go
yeah, it's over.
4-3.
It's all over.
Yeah,
Also, never play
so
on
I'm
that
just
mat.
I'm gonna show up. I'm not gonna remember anything that
You
happens.
don't bring that mat. Don't bring the mat. The mat's fucking cursed, by the way.
No, it doesn't have the curse guy on it. It has Kuon on it.
No. If you pull it out, you lose trust. It says top on it. You lose the second you pull that
There
out.
was a guy in top 16 with it.
Yeah. Doesn't matter. You don't use it.
He didn't get top 3, did he?
I think you got fourth.
I don't.
That was
Yeah.
the strictly
What a
broken guy.
loser.
That was the strictly broken guy.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Biscraft got 2 of the top 4 spots.
Supposedly third and fourth.
Oh man, I swear that deck sucks.
Same.
I played it. I didn't play it before I played it before I masked.
They got a kill spell. That was the big thing.
I remember. Oh my gosh. That was so. We had that locals game. Remember with Lyshina? I'm like, I finally beat Lyshina. I've got like Israfil on board and like 80 damage. And then
Azazel, you got Azazel.
And then I had Azazel on board. I evoed Azazel. He's at 10 health. Lyshina. That's like practically 40 damage against Lyshina. Oh my
and you
gosh.
lost.
And,
You're like it's over.
I've got like a tapped Israfil on board, and he draws like Agnes, and he goes, "Oh, that's game," and I like. And then he's doing stuff. He's like, Agnes, the salvage Crimson Meteor Storm, -1/-1, the guy with 7 health. And I go, oh. And swing Agnes into Israfil, kill it. Oh.
Yeah, it's that's pretty
And
fun.
then I died. And then I was so mad. I was more mad I lost then than I lost in top 8. Jeez. This crap sucks. But hey, if it works, man, keep playing it. I guess Lyshina doesn't come to these tournaments.
Well, next set comes out soon. We'll be doing those set reviews.
Oh, yeah.
We will be doing the set reviews. Not 100% certain if I'll be going to a tournament for it. If I go to Philadelphia, I will, but if not, Toronto 100% on the schedule. Chicago 100% on the schedule. Those are the ones. It's just,
Hmm.
will I, after Costa Rica in this one, will I be able to just like bring myself back
No,
up and show up to
no,
Philadelphia? I
you're a
would rather not
loser.
top at this point. I'm tired of like I would rather just like scrub out in bracket than like be in this
Then get
top
the
cut.
free fight promos. I
Yeah, yeah.
don't
You,
got no
like
free
I
fight
didn't get
promos.
time to do the free fight promos because I'm in top cut getting deck checked. Also, well, you have to play Glory Finder, so you're never getting those. Like, I got you to do White Schwartz instead or something.
You have to play Glory Finder.
Yeah, yeah, Glory Finder, right? Yeah. Please just let us get the free fight promos by playing the game.
Please, please,
Please,
we want to. Please bring back standard.
please
I don't
bring
want to
that.
play Glory Finder, but please.
But yeah, it really is. If I can get
No one's
through,
got a Glory Finder deck. Can't even play it.
if I can get through a little bit of my depression, or if the homies come with, that's like really what I need.
No, you're a loser. You're never gonna get
I
top
feel I
8.
feel like I am.
You're never gonna get top 4.
There
What
we
a
go. That one. That's
loser.
what's not going to happen.
You just end it all. Sell your deck.
Just send my deck. Sell my deck, yeah.
Sell my deck.
But
Well, anything else?
no, I think we've been. This is a long one. This is longer than most of our podcasts. We had a lot to talk about. A lot of
There were,
rounds.
there were like 9 rounds
9
for
rounds.
some of us.
8 rounds for me. That's okay.
What a loser.
My
Jeez.
rounds were so packed with action. They counted for more than his trust.
Now, just because you can remember all of them doesn't mean mine didn't happen. You know, I can't prove that mine happened.
It's true.
Is Bushinabi proof enough?
That's true. Proof enough.
I
But
can prove my win rate.
I think I'll cut this now just because we're going a little long. But
All
and
right.
thank you for everyone who joined us. If you did, and you're not subscribed and you sat through an hour and a half podcast, subscribe, because you know what? We're gonna have those set reviews out next week probably. Stay tuned for those.
Ooh, can't wait.